Okay, good morning. I see you guys want to be challenged with ideas. So I'm going to come up with this technique I have been using for years. It's my form of envelopes. I use them for my gypsy journals. That's the gypsy journal I'm making at the moment. I haven't completely stitched them down because they need, the signature needs to be stitched down first. And I don't know how chunky it's going to be yet, so I'm still waiting to decide when to stitch it. It has got 100 and something pages in it. So, going ahead with my tutorial, this is what I do when I want to make something unusual for my journal. I make my own envelopes. So I normally do that. I don't know which side I like better here. And that. And the same goes for here. I normally like doing these and actually keeping them in my journal clipped in. Now, first what we'll be doing is punching the holes. Now, I won't be able to show you the sewing part of this technique. Now, when I do it, you will understand what I'm actually doing. So these are normally sewn. So just using actually, you can use scrapbook paper, but I find scrapbook paper makes the envelopes too heavy. So the way I make them this way, with coffee dyed pages, they are not heavy. Now, just remember, that's the inside of your pocket. So we're going to need all this section. So what I normally do, back down. Okay, I will get my glue stick. I like doing two at the same time. This might take a bit, but anyway. So because I want all my parts covered, I normally literally cover my page with glue. It's a glue stick. And I always use this one. This is my trusty friend. And I do it really well. Now, I have not learnt this from anybody else really. This is what I actually been using as little envelopes to put little gifts, vouchers and all that sort of thing. And then I realised after a few years, oh yeah, I can use this for something else, and that something else was journals. Now, I don't like keeping my paper the same. I normally try and iron the paper before I put it on, because I'm using it in parts. Oh, fabric, sorry. Okie dokie. I like this fabric, and because I'm using it for my journal, for the boho journal, I will use it in different parts. I might use that there. Now, this mainly requires scraps. So whatever scraps you got, use, you know. This is a beaded fabric I got, so I'm just going to cut into the edges of it. It's actually gorgeous, this piece of fabric. My fabrics all come either from Sheila, meaning textile wise, or from cutting up clothing. And I know lots of you out there cut clothing away. So I want this part to be so visual in my envelope. I would put it somewhere there, but I'd make sure that I was able to zip around my cover, meaning zip around with my sewing machine. Because we don't want to wreck needles. So I want to put that in the front somewhere. Didn't put enough glue down. You do require a lot of glue, of your glue stick. It just depends what materials you use. Some materials will actually go down better. So I won't be showing you the sewing part on here, but I will show you the completed product via picture. I don't want to use that fancy bit because I've got plans for it, so I'm cutting around it. This is basically like patchwork, and it's fun. So I might put it there. Again, this has got a fancy piece I want to keep, so I'll cut that out and put it with that one. Are you having a heart attack, Sheila, how I use your textiles? Just be careful when you're ironing this sort of stuff, because honestly, it will burn if you're not careful with your iron. So a lot of you would have done quilting at some stage in your life, or, I don't know, patchwork, whatever you like to call it. Which is, basically, this is what I used to do in my patchwork. So I'm utilising this for that, but like I said, this used to be my preferred method of how I put gift cards and whatnot to people. The glue's got drying too quick. It's something to do with my bicup, I think I used in the paper. So I'm just going to have to glue as I go. Okay. Because I don't want it drying too quick. I cut some of this fabric. I love this fabric. Look, fabric sometimes is really, really a best friend. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Like most thrift stores will have scrap bins and whatnot. Utilise them. Put that there. I'll put that there. You see how I'm just using multicolours? I'm not sticking to any one colour. Oh, this needs ironing. So these scraps need ironing. You don't have to iron them good, like I said. might just use the glue stick as I'm going along since the glue is drying so fast. And we don't want that. It's going to wreck our patchwork. I suppose you call this a Frankenstein envelope. I don't know. I just thought of that. I like this blue. Sorry, Sheila, but I like using your fabrics or textiles. So some of these end up on my envelopes because I know I'm going to use them. Like I said, these are my boho envelopes, but I also use them in other journals. So, placement. Nope. There. Come on, it sticks to everything. Yeah. I don't know if you just did glue stick, if it just holds, because I always have sewn mine. See, I buy scraps from the thrift store. This was from the thrift store. And it's been used for this type of work. There's a little bit of lace there that I like. Nice hot pink. I think that's could be classed as something to do with gypsy, boho. But this journal's going to be more gypsy than boho. I don't really know if there's any difference. Glue stick again. Does the glue dry fast? It's the humidity, like, because it's been hot. It just dries things out. Everything dries real quick. Our glue's dry, everything. Now, I've been watching on the news and I can see you guys have had lots of stormy weather. So please, my friends, all stay safe. We're thinking of you. And news was broadcasting it quite a bit yesterday. I feel for yous. We've got a nasty bushfire that's been going for weeks and it keeps flaring up at times, which is a pain because we get a lot of smoke and it stinks. And golly gosh, does it stink. Can you see how my colours aren't uniform or anything like that? I never do that. But when I show you my finished product in my pictures, because I'm going to allow you to further decorate your own envelopes that you make. Because I'm only going to show you how I put them together. I lift that up a little bit because I want it to move. That's the beauty of glue stick. You can actually move things any way you want. And obviously that's not going to stick down in a hurry because I've let it dry. Like I said, humidity's got a lot to do with glues and how they act. Most are made with some sort of acetone in them. And it tends to evaporate in the air. Not doing what I want it to do. Actually, what about if I put that down first? So you can use the glue on the fabric too. Oh golly gosh, nothing wants to work. That will. So there you go. It's got to be this way. Because I want... No, it's not happening. I need it to fit there. Without gaps. Please, no gaps. Isn't it always the way you do a tutorial? Everything that could go wrong goes wrong in your tutorials. Doesn't it, Lynn? We don't have fun at that. I mean, that happens to us. What else can I put down? I've got one more piece to fix there. Again, I know I might have to use a bigger piece. Because it's boho, it doesn't matter what I use. As long as it sticks and stays stuck. Okay, this page. There's a couple of finishing spots I want to do there. So this might get ironed for the next page. See how easy it is to peel off so you can correct. I like doing this. This is one of my favourite things to do. Especially then when I attack it with the sewing machine. This is a nice gypsy top I had. I've torn it up. I've actually torn it up. Who cuts all their clothes to make their scraps up with, you know, your embellishments and all that. God, I use my scraps for everything, all my clothes that I don't want. You know, I just don't chop them up because I want them chopped up. I want them chopped up because I like how they make my journals look. So that's, I don't want that, I want to cover that. So I like that bit of area. What scraps can I find? I know there's lots in there, because this is the scrap bin. And scrap bins are for this purpose. And I like it because it's frayy. This is again Shiva's textile. Which way do I want it? I might want it this way. Hope you can see what I'm doing. It's a little bit hard at times to judge. I'm still waiting on a tripod that I ordered a couple of weeks ago, and it should have been here within a few days, but no, it hasn't arrived. And the tripod they sent me, the original one, is actually it's broken. So I've got to use something to hold it down while I'm videotaping. Probably wondering, why did she stir that up? I seen a gap, that's why. I'm pretty pedantic. how I do things. Okie dokie. So what I do, it's not sitting well, so I'll sit something else over here. That might work. Scissors. Oops, I forgot something. Please don't forget your wax paper. I forget, mainly why I use the wax paper is you don't know what material is going to burn your iron. This iron is specifically made for my journaling. So there's one scrap page done. And the beauty of it, the glue actually dries once you iron. Now, because this one's got a couple of gaps, and I don't like gaps, I am going to use some fabric. See, it's actually stuck down. I'm going to use some more fabric and attack my envelope with a couple of more scraps. And that can be this piece of Zari material. So that's why I keep all my scraps. I keep them for this purpose, so that I can actually finish off my project, you know, because I do lots of these. Lots of these. With all the soap, give them a quick iron. And there's my pages that are going to be turned into envelopes. Now normally I will wait till I've done all my zigzagging. You can see you've still got your bolt at the back of it. They're still indeed there. I don't trim till I sew. So I hope you enjoy this. I am not going to show you what I actually do afterwards on a video. I will post up a pitch of these little things that I put in my journals. Actually, there should be one already made up. If you hang on a minute, I'll go and get it. Sorry about that. But everybody knows this journal. A boho journal with the old vintage cover. A lot of this work was done this way. I make up the tags this way. You can see it there. That's part of a finished product. This is all from Sheila's, excuse me. Some of this is from Sheila's Boho Dreams textiles, and the rest is mine. Well, here's one envelope, but that's actually already stuck there because I wanted to create pockets. So I know there should be one that's not. I know I made some for another journal, and I think I might have posted that one away. So this is a beautiful journal. I am not going to part with this. This is fabric on this cover. That's 150-year-old. 50-year-old fabric. God, my brain's fried today. Don't you hate that? I mustn't be in this one. But you can see how I created. Now that's all zigzagged around. So you can actually see what I actually done. But that's me, other one. But see, I actually stuck that down. And that's the finished product. So there's 2 in there. So they are not left freely hanging. Then I've done these. Now normally how I do these, I put a slit in my envelope and then I fabric both sides. You see, it makes for sparkly envelope. But same here, I have done that part. So my other journal that I did a lot of patchwork in, I actually sold a couple of weeks ago. You might have remembered the one I did with the kit. There's the other one. So it depends how you want to do them, but this works for me. And for this particular journal, I really wanted to use lots of scraps because that's how I like them. Now, you've got to find your lip and you need to do that. I try to use big pieces there for the simple reason, on the flat, for the simple reason is it's easier when you're working along here. You work on this side rather than that side. So look, thanks for watching. I will find the lips of these and I'll put the fabrics on. And you only need them up to the line. And away I go. I'll zigzag it, whatnot. Or why not? I'll just show you. I'll put down some fabric. This one looks nice. I might use a piece of that. So really, I'm not caring what I'm actually using. And this is, again, scraps. Let's see if it doesn't stick to the iron, because I don't want it to. So always make sure you put it just on the lip. And the reason being is because when you're sewing, you are going to be sewing on that part. So you don't want it to go past that. So I'm thinking, because this has got a bit of lace on it, I will use it. I'll cut this bit off. As a sort of, if you see what I'm getting at, use that as a sort of decoration for my journal itself. So I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm not going to cut it yet to size, and I'll show you why. Because it's only going to glue in the area where, oops, see, iron sticks to it. And I don't want that. So please use the wax paper, don't be me, I get slack. Because we always think we know it all. So this I will trim straight up. then that gives me enough, or just gives me an idea where to cut here. And look, I'm not fancy with my cutting, not at all. Now it's going to be glued back down. It's just the fabric it is and how I did it. Because we want to see that bit of lace hanging. That was the reason behind that. So, re-iron again. See, all this fabric, why waste it? It can be used in your journal page. It can use as pockets, which I already do use it as pockets. I want a solid piece. So maybe in this one, I might use this. Yes. I'm not using the lace off this because I like the lace on my journals. Why waste good? It looked good, but I can use that. It'll go a long way in the journal for other things. So making sure this is the lip again. Yep. And again, I glue it straight down. Sorry if you can't hear me. I am very croaky today. I don't know why. I have got no colds or anything like that. I should be sleeping, but I went to bed really early. I had my beautiful red-headed grandson, Edward, over today. He's a darling. Little Edward was born at Santiago last May, and he gets to visit his nanny all the time. My son's a single dad, and he brings him up himself. And he's doing a fine job. He's brought him up from the day he was born. It is his own son. And around here he's looked at as a novelty, my son, because gay men don't have children. I think that's funny. But anyway, my son's a good dad, a beautiful dad. That little boy, who's 6 months old, just adores his daddy. And you know what? My son's really lucky. His baby sleeps all night. He's blessed in that manner. And we're truly blessed to have little Edward. So, that's the end of my tutorial. I will post pics with the tutorial, so you can see what I've done of this on the completed product. Also, once you complete it, I normally get this part and run my zigzag right along it, if you know what I mean. I zigzag across there as well. That will stay down because I'll be doing it from the outside, but I will show you pictures of the completed product, and I will also show you these with the journal once I complete this gypsy journal. I still got a little bit more to do this cover. I am not sure what it needs there because it's got the lace hanging there. You might have some ideas. I don't know if you can see that clearly. But it's just lacking something. And I don't know what it is. That's the back of the cover. I've also patched quilted covers. They're a little bit tedious, but they work if you use the right cardstock or file folders to actually patchwork Because then when you patchwork, you got to remember it's all got to be sewn through with your sewing machine. I don't know. The only thing I know that will work in patchwork without a sewing machine is this stuff, multi-medium mat, that actually works. It will take quite some time to dry, maybe half an hour. I'm thinking, half an hour to an hour if it's a nice day, or if you've got the heater on in the house. Look, I hope you guys are okay and you're not too cold. Hopefully you're all keeping indoors and safe. I've seen, I don't know, I think it said it's 26 car pile up in one of your states. And it just horrifies me. It's horrifying me the way our weather is here. We've never had weather that's been closer to 50 Celsius, I think we go by here, or 50 degrees, in a long, long time. I don't think I've experienced it more than once or twice. So stay safe. I'll go and patchwork these up. Well, this is loading and I'll get them all decked out and you can see them. Thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support you give me. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I enjoy sharing my experiences with crafts. I enjoy getting lots of fun out of watching tutorials myself and other beautiful designers. That helps me in my journaling a lot. Please, when you use somebody's tutorial, do not forget who they are. Mention them, even if it's just verbally or in your status, that I watched a tutorial and I will use with the Booksmith. If you're using one of her, well, this technically is her thing, really, for paper, pages. So, I forget what she calls them, but anyway, to me this is patchwork, which is what I always did. But her page tutorials on Franken pages, that's it, is brilliant. If you're to use that technique, please mention it's next to the Booksmith technique, or whoever it may be. Do not forget that, because that person deserves some sort of, they're giving their time for free, so they deserve a thank you for their tutorials, Our ladies will be presenting lots of tutorials. Lynn, we've got Lynn Phelps, we've got Mary Lee McNeil, Cherie Evans, and we've got, I don't want to forget one, Kelly Watson, myself, and maybe Jodie down the track a bit might show us some stuff as well. And please feel free to share your tutorials with us. It's always a pleasure to do them for our ladies. We don't mind. It's fun to share and learn from each other, but just be aware that you need to always keep in mind that we have learnt this from somewhere, and we need to show that we respect that person by saying thank you, because where would we be without these tutorials that we get from YouTube and from various members that share their work? Thanks again, and please stay warm. We're going to try and stay cool, because tomorrow it's back up in the 40s, so it's not going to be a good day. We had a cool day today, thankfully, so I'm happy. So thanks for watching, and I will go and sew these while this will take ages to load, I guess. Thank you.